The science of design and the art of design are the two interweaving ideas that can really make your kitchen spectacular, no matter the size, no matter the budget, no matter the style. When I think about the science of design, I am talking about the functionality of the space, the usability of the space, how that space flows for the specific user. Now, there's kind of these two subcategories when I'm talking about this. There are the design principles that are a bit more universal, things like clearances and spacings, maybe the kitchen triangle or some form of that. Those are the universal, they apply everywhere kind of rules. But there's also these specific rules that depend upon the homeowner and the end user and how they're actually going to use that kitchen. Now, if you're going to be designing a kitchen for yourself for the future, or maybe you're in the process of a renovation, you're looking for some tips or tricks to get yourself started, I'm going to give you a few here in this video. Number one is to make sure you know what your appliances are going to be. Pick out your sizes, pick out the exact model numbers, if they need cutouts, what the requirements are for those cutouts, what the openings need to be. Maybe you're getting new ones, maybe you're using old ones, but make sure you know the sizes. Number two thing you can do is to make sure you know what cabinet brand you're going to be purchasing from, because most brands have some variety and some options of sizes, and that changes from brand to brand. So whether you're going with something like IKEA or a similar RTA cabinet setup to something that's semi-custom to something that's fully custom, you should know beforehand before you start designing what you are interested in purchasing. Now, this might have to do with budget or a bunch of other factors, but it is important to know, because once you have your kitchen designed and then you're forced to have to change that design because the cabinet brand you selected isn't able to do those things, it's going to cost more time, it might cost more money to get those things redesigned. The number three thing you can do is just start with your sink. Figure out where your sink's going to go. For many people, it's the easiest starting point because most of the time the plumbing's not going to change. If that sink's under a window and you want to make sure it's centered, we'll go ahead and do that and then work out from there. You probably already know where your range is going to be and your fridge, so those things are probably going to be in the places where you want them. Then go to your corner and figure out, what am I going to do? Work out from your corner, figure your corner solutions out, whether you're going with a corner cabinet with a lazy Susan or blocking it off or a blind corner, whatever. Do that first so that you can then work your way out from there. Don't leave your corner to the last. If you'd like to work with me in designing your next kitchen, check the link in the description below to my website, where it'll give you the information on how we can work together. Now, the art of design has much more to do with the feel of the space or the form or the style of how that kitchen is going to look. There are some general rules that most interior designers and kitchen designers will follow in any space. Rules that basically work no matter what the circumstance. But then there's also the specific needs of the user, of the person, of the homeowner who's going to be in that kitchen. These two concepts are very interesting to me, and how they work together to make a kitchen that's very not only functional but feels great is really intriguing, something I want to learn how to do even better. When it comes to the art of the design, I'm less of an expert, but there are a few things that I've learned over the years that I find really helpful for me. Number one is symmetry. I like things to be symmetrical. I want things to be even, say on either side of a window or either side of a range hood, maybe in an island. I like balance in that way. Now, creating symmetry between a base cabinet and a wall cabinet can be challenging, especially if you're not dealing with a straight run of cabinets. As soon as you turn a run of cabinets, you're dealing with this odd measurement between the uppers and the lowers. So my rule of thumb is to always make sure that the uppers are as symmetrical as possible, because that's where your eye tends to look. And in a lot of kitchens, there could be an island in the way of the base cabinets, and so you don't see exactly what's happening down below, but our eyes are usually drawn to the wall cabinets, and having those looking symmetrical is important to me, at least. Number two is bring the elements home that you want to incorporate into your kitchen. So whether it's fabrics or paint colors or countertop samples or wood flooring or any kind of flooring, bring those things into your home so you can see them in your light, in your space. They'll take on a different look in your home than they do in the store, and it's important to bring those things together in one space to see how it all flows, and you can get a feeling of how that looks. And number three is don't be afraid to explore and be a little more creative than your old kitchen was. Usually we have a hard time envisioning what the new kitchen can look like, and we kind of want it designed or to look exactly the same sometimes. I always encourage clients to make sure that they explore ideas that are different, because you just never know what might catch your eye. Now, let's talk for a brief minute about the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community. It has thousands of classes which are easy to navigate and 100% ad-free. Every one of us, including you, has some creative thread that makes us unique. For me, it's music. Not only am I an avid musician, but I really enjoy learning the process of recording and mixing and mastering my own music. And I found a ton of great classes on Skillshare to help me in that endeavor. I've been taking this class by Will Bartlett, Audio Recording for Beginners in Pro Tools, and it's been very helpful for me to demystify the science behind audio recording so that I can concentrate on the art and creativity that's involved in going into producing something that I really love. But no matter where your creative juices flow, I'm sure you'll find something in Skillshare that interests you or inspires you or just teaches you something that you didn't know before. And you can try Skillshare for 1 whole month completely for free using the link in the description of this video. So here's to improving, innovating, and inspiration. Thank you, Skillshare. What really brings these two concepts together is that they aren't these two separate things that work separate from one another. In fact, they work so closely together that they almost are inseparable. There's an art to the science, and there's a science to the art. It's not one or the other. All right, listen, so you've decided that you want to design your kitchen. Check out this video. It's a lot of great tips for how to design a functional kitchen.